And I believe that it's the most important because the majority of students that I see don't follow it. Hello beautiful people and welcome to this new video. I'm trying to be more natural before we get into the topic. I just want to share with you. I feel like I'm different in front of a camera compared to my life in general. And it's a new project that I'm doing, being in front of a camera, so it's not that easy, but it's a work in progress and I'm trying to do it, so that's why I'm sharing it with you, to be more natural. Second thing is the topic of today. Since school's just around the corner, I thought I'd share with you my three tips on how you can excel in school. And they're not gonna be just 3 tips that teachers say, as in like study in advance, have notes, separate and be proper and tidy, because everybody says these, but I have 3 tips that I feel are unique and at the same time helpful, and I hope you benefit. Let's get right into it. Tip number 1. Find your own method of studying. And I'm not gonna tell you, well, write with a pencil because you're gonna memorize more, or have different notebooks for each different subject, or use a computer instead of pen and paper, because everyone learns differently and memorizes differently and understands differently, and that's what I'm pointing at. Find your own way, and you can do that by practice. So study properly and study in different ways and methods, and that way you're gonna discover what's more suitable for you, more efficient and better in general as an outcome. Tip number 2 is be sociable. And what I mean by that is we're surrounded by people when we study, when we go to class. Except for Corona at the moment, unfortunately, but even now we attend class, even if it was online, with people. There are people who attend the same class. This means that you have the opportunity to learn from other people, how they learn, how they study, and what to study. So if there's something you don't understand, you can ask someone, that's obvious, but the point I want to focus more on is you learn how they do things and how they do this assignment or doing that test, their method of studying. And it's going to be a mutually beneficial relationship where you're going to benefit and they're going to benefit. And the second point is that you're not going to feel alone. So you're all doing that test. And psychologically, when you don't feel alone, you perform much better. Tip number 3, and I believe that it's the most important because the majority of students that I see don't follow it. They just think of,
I want to pass this test, I want to do well on this course, I just want to hand in this assignment.
And what my tip is changing your mentality about studying. First of all, you want to think long term, because long term means that you're not just thinking of the next test and then when you do it you're just like, I need a break, I did well. You're thinking long term, so you keep your foot on the pedal, not crazily, so that you just do this test and then you burn out. You keep your foot on the pedal for the long term. And the second thing you have to think of is, well, you're studying now to be able to work in the future, or be able to use the knowledge you have in the future. To have a better future, you have to study well and understand well. So take in this information as something you want to learn, something you want to store as knowledge, rather than just a test, just an assignment, I want to pass this course no matter how. And that's my last tip. I hope you enjoyed the video and I'll see you next week.